Hello everybody, my name is Toon Habraken. I'm a composer here at Hunchback Music, and today we're going to talk about the story trailer of Deliver Us Mars. I'm going to check it out first, and after that I'm going to talk about my process, and in the end we will look at the final end product of the trailer.
What the hell happened here? This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home. What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Moonbat.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy?
Copy.
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 Start and burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
You stay strong through all of that. How do you stay? Dad! Good.
So this is the trailer. This is how I received the images in the beginning. So it's not final yet in this stage, but yeah, there's enough to see and there's enough to work with. So in the first steps in the process, I always try to see what the images need. So the music is always there to help the story and to help push the story forward. In this case, I think pretty emotional backdrop to the images. And when I first look at these images, the first thing I notice right away is it's probably an emotional story. When I first started writing for this trailer, I always try to find the storyline. This trailer has like multiple layers. So when I start writing, I always try to find what I want to convey with my music. If you go through the trailer, it starts right away. It's immediately, there's a lot of action going. So I know I have to add music to that. And but if you peel off some layers, you see there's a lot more going on. So you see here this TV that caught my attention because it looks like there's something happening in the world, like it's almost a fight for humanity idea. So it's a larger than life story. And if you go through the trailer, you see here the entrance of the father of the main character, which her name is Kathy, and with these almost nostalgic images of her father, you right away know it's going to be like an emotional story. So I have to know that before I start writing, because yeah, that's the job as a composer is to find the right tone of music underneath the images. Good to know to have like a starting point. So there are a couple of sentences in this. There are a couple of moments in this trailer where which were very important. So in the beginning, it's immediately she says, "What the hell happened here?" So that's like get right sucked into the story. Then so there's one turning point which is very important, and that's when she says, "I know I can do this." Here.
I know I can do this.
It's a very important point because she is changing from a character which is emotional to a character with a lot of confidence, like a very heroic type. So that's an important point for the music to start changing the tone of the music. So yeah, we're going to see how that plays out. So when I started with composing, I wanted to have like a pad sound, which has the nostalgic vibe of the relationship between her and her father. We don't know what's happening, but we know she has some issues. Maybe she misses him. Maybe there's like something going on. Maybe they're fighting. We're not sure yet. I wanted to create a sound which is very nostalgic. So I started with this synth sound, and it's just an easy pad sound, and it started out like this. And now it's changing. And then I added some effects to create a more movement in the... Wait. So I was looking for a nostalgic sound to create like an important tone of the music in the beginning of the trailer. So after the "What the hell happened here" sequence, it starts with the spaceship opening up, it's kind of larger than life, but also very small because of the relationship with her father. And I created a pad sound, show it without the... I will show without the effects. So this is the pad sound as it was in the beginning. So it's just a nice sounding, warm sounding pad. And I wanted to have like more movement. So I added some effects. I took out some high frequencies because it was kind of piercing. And then I added a delay and a pan and big reverb and tremulator to add more movement, and after that another reverb to make like a very big mushy sound. And the end result is this. I had to export it to audio because there's a lot of changing in the tempo. So to make the effects work, I had to bounce it to audio. And this is the end result of that pad. Which for me really gave the shimmering sound, which I connected to thinking about the old days, like a really nostalgic type of sound. And you can see it's almost through all the trailer. So it's a very important sound for this for my music in this trailer. It took some time to find the correct pad, but when you have a starting point like that, that's really it makes the process a lot easier after that. So this was my starting point, and after that I skipped back to the beginning because I had to put some audio underneath the action scenes in the beginning. What I did was I used some reversed effects from Devastator. That one, and this one, and this one.
What the hell happened here?
and I bounced it to audio to create like a riser, and this is the end result of that. So it's really snappy on the when it goes to black. It's immediately quiet, no reverb or whatever. It's going to 0, which has that like sucking effect. And I use these later on in the in the trailer too. I like to create like risers like this. These are layered and they're sounding like one riser. And I like to use it more and more in the trailers to have like a palette of sounds which stay the same. So sometimes I'm layering more at the end to create more tension. I like to create one sound which I use more during the trailer. Then in the middle of the trailer, everything seems to fall apart. It seems like the spaceship has an accident or something is happening, which is this part.
We are in loss of control.
In the music, I try to use a lot of clusters, so everything is sounding really intense, and it's more like sound design. If you listen to the brass, which are playing a big cluster, I think. So in the end, it has a rise in that cluster sound. And I think the choir is also doing... No, there's no cluster there. The strings. So it's the ultra low and ultra high frequencies are being used to give you like a feeling of that something is wrong. And there's also a big cymbal swell. So I'm trying to use all the frequencies and also with the riser. So it's not really a pretty part of music-wise, but I think it's good to emphasize the trouble she is in. Sounds like this without the voiceover. And I also added some sound effects to make it more ugly. So everything together is really unnerving, and I think that's also what you see in the images. So I try to emphasize that. I did the same with the hits. So I created big impact hits, which sound like this. And it's basically just build up of 3 samples. This one, which has like the pre-roll. And then this one, which are kind of like the same, but I think together they have like and they make it sound larger than life. And just to have more impact, like more thumpy sound, I used this one, which is doesn't have any pre-roll or whatever, but it's together they sound really full and almost larger than life, which is I think the an important factor of this trailer in this game. So this is the hits I use throughout the trailer. Sometimes I leave the impact out just to create some variation and to have like a build-up in the sound itself. From the sentence, I know I can do this, the tone of the music changes. So before that, it's mostly sound designy and some drony sounds and like atmospheric stuff. But after that, it's really changing to a full-on epic orchestral track. And I'll just show it. This is from here. The edit of the video is really rhythmical, so that makes the job for a composer much easier. So I had to find the correct tempo, and as you can see, I have a very strange tempo map here, but this is very important to figure out in the beginning, so you don't have to worry about it after that, because if I change something in the beginning of the tempo, then at the end it's not synced with the images. So in the beginning, that's what you start with. Just find the right tempo of the trailer, and so at the end was very easy, because I just had to write a normal piece of music, which because the rhythm is correct, it immediately locks with the images. So you can see like the big hits, it's parts like this. It immediately gives a boost, because it's perfectly synced with the images. The music is growing. I think that's an important part of trailer music. Maybe the most important part is to always grow your music, create tension and a build up. Which is happening here. It starts kind of like a third act style, but it keeps growing and growing. And after, let me see, she says here something like,
I will not risk the success of this mission.
After she says, I will not risk the success of this mission, I had to give it another push at the end. So there's more and more happening in the music. I'm adding more rhythmic elements. And you can see here at the wave files, everything is growing. Everything is getting bigger and bigger. And I'm using high percussion to create more movement and faster movement. It sounds like this. It's like a ticking sound. So it doesn't seem to do much, but if you listen with everything, it adds some more movement. And you can see in the percussion, it's like the sextuplets. It's growing, getting faster, and more intense. The strings is also going from. The strings add some octaves, and it's getting higher, and the short notes are measured tremolos, and they get higher in velocity, and then the dynamics just keep growing until the end. There are more trailer hits at the end, and you can see here. Everything is getting bigger and bigger at the end, and you can hear the change in music after that sentence. So I'll just show that.
The success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay? Good.
it's kind of getting like a heroic ending of the trailer. And I think that's because she is the main character, and you see all the heroic movements. I think that gives a nice backdrop to the images. And at the end, you see the Delivers Mars logo. Which takes you back to the to the music, which was connected to her relationship with her father.
Good.
That's also because you hear her father speak at the end, and I think highlights the importance of the relationship between her and her father. So I think it's nice to come back to that at the end of the trailer.
Good.
So that's the trailer. And now we're gonna look at the end result.
What the hell happened here?
This is Kathy. Please come in.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Bring the Arks and their revolutionary technology back home.
What do you expect to find on Mars?
I'll see you soon, Luca.
Kathy, why did you want to come on this mission so badly?
T-minus 2 minutes to cruise stage separation. Everybody copy?
Copy.
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 Starting burn.
We are in loss of control.
I know I can do this.
How does it come to this? Having good intentions isn't hard, Kathy. The hard part is knowing the difference between what's right and what's wrong. We have to leave. I will not risk the success of this mission.
How do you stay strong through all of that? How do you stay...
Dad!
Good.
So that was the end result. I hope I made some things clear. I hope you learned something, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.